Bloom is gonna be so mad at me.
Okay. But I'm gonna make sure that it's not gonna happen again. No, I'm not trying to change the deal. All I'm asking is to have one.
Yes, I do, but that's not what I'm trying to do.
Then stop fucking.
Me too.
Thank you. I needed that. No.
Oh, really?
She had way.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Today I'm super mega excited to be sharing this video with you guys because I'm really excited to be sharing this this brand new movie that just was recently released. And yes, it actually involves a very intense love affair that quickly took a wrong turn. But before we get into further details and actually discuss the relationship that happened between Leah and Brianna, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, because like I always say, your opinion 100 trillion percent does matter. And if you guys have also watched this movie, also let me know your personal opinion down below in the comments, because I feel like they will be very helpful, just in order, to get your feedback, just to see if you guys agree with my point of view or do you have a different point of view. But before we get into the review, I just want to give my own personal rating, and I will definitely rate this movie a strong 7 out of a 10. I do feel like I needed a little bit more, but I feel like a 7 out of a 10 is a fair rating. So let's get right into it. So basically the movie follows Leah. She's actually in love with her boyfriend Milo until she has feelings for the new roommate, in this case Brianna, when Milo basically decides to go to his family away for a week or so. In this case, Leah and Brianna, they were left alone, in this case in the apartment, so they basically had to coexist with one another. So you can see that Leah and Brianna at the beginning, you can clearly see that Leah didn't really like Brianna. She felt like Brianna was annoying. She definitely did dislike her, but she had to adapt because they needed a new roomie in order to help with the whole financial situation of the apartment. And on the other hand, we have Brianna, who's trying to get out of a very toxic environment that she has with, a man that's actually helping her out when it comes to her life. If you guys know what that means, then you guys know, and if you don't, then 1 plus 1 equals 2. So she's basically trying to get apart from this man because, of the circumstances that she is in. So, as she's trying to get away from this lifestyle that she has, it's very hard for her because the man that's basically in charge of her doesn't want to let her go. So she always finds her way back to him because she needs him financially. So it's also a very another toxic situation. So Leah and Brianna, they start to spend a lot of time together. And you can clearly see they start to get very close to one another, like very close to one another. And one day they went out, they were just having fun, having drinks and all of that. But keeping in mind, in this case, Leah's boyfriend is with his family. Brianna is trying to get away from her toxic environment with this man. So it's a whole lot. So they just were spending a lot of time together. And as things progresses, you can clearly see that the two start to get closer and closer and closer and closer to one another. And they actually ended up hooking up. Yes, they ended up hooking up, and they just were spending this week together, just being all lovey-dovey, creating scenarios for the future and how things could be if they were officially together. Brianna opened, herself to Leah and just explaining everything about her life, that why she's so codependent on this man. And then later on, while they was just living this whole romance, you can clearly see that in this case, Leah told, Brianna, like, hey, I can help you out of this situation. What if me and you, we get married? I feel like they will basically, get you away from this man because I don't want you to keep working for him. Because Brianna, besides the other work that she does for him, she also delivers these packages for him. So in this case, Leah wants her to get away from this environment. So, and you can say that Leah actually was the one who came up with the idea for them to get married. And of course, Brianna, she fell so in love with Leah that she have decided to go to the man and tell him, hey, it's over between me and you. I'm moving different ways. So now that, Brianna is depending on Leah to make a move and basically, ending her relationship with her boyfriend, in this case, Milo, after he returned from his family trip. So now that he's back home now, Brianna has to see, in this case, Milo and Leah, sleeping together, getting involved together, still having a full-blown relationship while she is waiting, for Leah to make a decision whether they're going to be together or not. But you have to keep in mind, all of them are roomies in this case. So at the beginning, Milo didn't really suspect anything, but as things progress, you can clearly see that he started to suspect, and he actually saw them kissing in the parking lot. And that's when he realized, that they were actually having a love affair. And not only that, also because of Leah's behavior and how she was acting, so he just put one and one together. So later on, you can see that in this case, Bria, she actually ends up going missing, and the police obviously got involved to try to investigate what is going on, where she's at. And at the beginning, there was a couple of suspects, like the guy that knew about Brianna that she was, getting money from. And not only him, in this case, Aaliyah and her boyfriend also became suspects. But as things progressed, a lot of things just for Leah didn't make sense because she really, really, in this case, loved Brianna, but she also didn't want to let her relationship with her boyfriend go. So, before, Leah and Brianna, they went separate ways. They actually had a very big argument because that's where Brianna realized that Leah will not leave her boyfriend in order for them to be together, and so on and so on. So now in this case, Brianna, she actually disappeared. She's missing. So now, Leah goes into panic attack because she really wants to know what happened, with Brianna. So as the movie goes on and on and on, while, Leah and her boyfriend, they are trying to get back to her normal life. This where her boyfriend actually comes up with a very, very, unexpected confession when he basically, they were in a car, and that's when he realized, that it was time to come up with the truth. And he basically just told Leah, hey, I saw you and Brianna, making out in a parking lot, and I knew you were cheating on me, and I cannot live without you, and she's the problem. She has to go. So moral of the story is that he basically admitted to, eliminated that he's the one who actually eliminated, in this case, Brianna. And of course, Leah was in such a shock, and she was basically like, hey, I need to tell the police, like this can be. And of course, her boyfriend somehow almost spoke her out of doing it. But later on, there was another incident where you can clearly see that Leah wanted to go away from him, that Leah didn't want to be with him no more. And he wasn't happy, about it, because it was just like, hey, I did all of this just for you to leave me. That ain't gonna happen. So he also tried, to, moral of the story, to eliminate, in this case, Leah as well. But the police came in time, and that's how the movie basically ended. So you can clearly see that both of her lovers, got eliminated. In this case, so toxic at the end of the day. But good movie, like I said, good movie. Wasn't the best movie, but I really did like Leah and, and Brianna's scenes. Very intense, very spicy as well, just in case you didn't know. Good movie, good movie, good movie. And if you guys are interested in actually going ahead and going to watch the movie, it's available on Apple TV. And not only Apple TV as well, Tubi as well, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, the movie was released recently, so it's brand new. Go ahead, go watch, go support. It might not be brand new in all of the countries, but, according to my knowledge, it's brand new. And yes, you can definitely see that Brianna, she wanted a change in her life. She wanted to do different. She wanted to change. She wanted to proceed her dreams in music. But just her circumstances of her life made things for her very complicated. She was depending on Leah to help her out, with the papers and all of that in order to help her, get her life together. But, Leah didn't go through with it because she didn't want to give up her relationship with her boyfriend. So that's kind of intense, that's intense when you're depending on someone so much and that person don't come through for you, but they still say that they love you. So it's like, do you really love me, or do you just want to keep me around because you're lonely? So it was kind of very, very confusing, but at the end of the day, that was the story. So yes, guys, that's basically it. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until the next video, and goodbye.